Well, Tony, after 20 years, it's all coming to an end. They are so in your face about this being the final episode of ECW. I couldn't believe it.
Voiceover guy's cool, though. I like the voiceover.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Years, it's all coming to an end.
But yeah, like I said at the top, I didn't remember that this was so like a definitive, this is the final ECW thing you will ever see on WWE.
Yeah, they, like you said, Vince came out and said 2 weeks we're done, and then this was the week, and then they said,
legit, this whole intro, they show old clips of ECW, like Sandman doing shit, and, you know, Sabu jumping around, but like, there is, that is the only piece of old ECW you get on this show. Like, there's no, like, interviews from old guys, or, like, any more, like, the best of ECW things. What there is, I'm so mad about one of these. We'll talk about it fucking later.
Dude, I think they just wiped the slate clean. You know, Vince came out, obviously, just like, he was just pissed. This sucks. Like, what is this?
This shit sucks.
All right, we're done in 2 weeks. Like, they just had
Christian.
They had TV contract, and then they had to keep providing content for the TV.
Yeah, they had to do a show on Sci-Fi still. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So then they're just like, well, we'll just figure it out in 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks. We can figure it out.
Yeah.
And so then they did the NXT.
Lost.
Yeah, right. So then
put Zack Ryder on an island.
Vince said, fuck ECW and fuck Paul Heyman and fuck RVD and Sandman and New Jack and Tommy Dreamer and Raven and all them. Maybe Tommy Dreamer could stay around. Wait, he's gone. He retired already,
dude,
right?
I mean, even listen, it'd be fucking outrageous. But they absolutely could have had fucking all those dudes you just listed come out and get beat up by Ezekiel Jackson.
No, they were just moving on.
Were they all in TNA?
No, they were like, ECW's done. We're looking to the future. I thought the same thing, and then I actually thought it was better this way because
I disagree too, and I think Sabu should have come out and taken the Rough Rider.
No.
Yeah, I think they should have crucified Sabu Zack Ryder style.
No, crucified a giant W. That would have been great.
Yeah, I think so. While Yoshitatsu's song plays, yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. Fuck it. If you're gonna kill ECW, let's just fucking kill it, man.
No.
Yeah,
this is the best. Like, honestly, like as a corporate entity that WWE
they stuffed Sandman into couch cushions.
Stop. They should have been like a time capsule or something. You like buried. Like that trope of like when a guy leaves the independent or leaves WWE, he like buries his old gimmick.
Oh,
or
he's
whatever.
leaving jail.
Yeah, or like burying like gravesite, and they bury ECW. That would have been crazy, but. This was the right move because they said we're done with this. We're moving to the future. We're gonna promote the new show that we got coming on, which is
and promote it. They do, Tony.
And this is a corporate entity, WWE, so they gotta provide you with the next evolution of professional wrestling, which is NXT.
So you don't like the idea of Zack Ryder, Yoshitatsu, Zeke, and Kozlov beating up Sabu and
no, I
crucifying
like
him?
the bad shit crazy ECW.
Sorry.
And Goldust is there too.
You don't want the modern day eliminators, the Dude Busters, to take out Sabu?
Dude, they're the 2010 Slammy Award winning or not.
I don't think that's true. Yeah, no, they just lied. True. I'm pretty sure.
True. But yeah, so I think it would have been crazy if like Sandman and all them came back for one last thing. I mean, you got the spirit of ECW living on through Christian here tonight, so we'll talk about it.
Ezekiel Jackson. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, so ECW is over tonight. On the final episode, ECW will go to the Extreme one last time as Christian will defend the ECW title against Ezekiel Jackson under Extreme Rules. I heard you've been looking for me. I'm still standing here. Don't question my heart.
Dude, this song, actually, it slaps. I like it.
That's insane to say, Tony.
Dude, this song
it's an earworm of a song for sure. Slaps.
The intro, not so much. I'm not a huge fan of ECW HD, which is what
they should have had Vance
here.
Archer slap New Jack off a balcony, I think.
No, this is awesome. Dude, imagine if Zack Ryder just turned like Goldust with like Vance Archer like beats him up.
What?
Hear me out here.
If Zack Ryder turned into Goldust?
Hear me out here.
I'm listening.
This is how you bring. This is how ECW HD lives on in 2024. Okay,
I'm listening.
So they do like the not electrocuted because they already did that with Goldust. The ooh ooh ooh.
Yeah. So how could I forget?
But they do like Vance Archer slaps Zack Ryder or whatever kind of thing.
Today?
No, back then.
Oh, back then. Okay,
in this era.
And then Zack Ryder has a fucking issue,
like a stutter thing or whatever.
I think he turned out okay without needing to stutter.
Yeah, but he's instead of ooh, he's saying woo woo woo, and he just can't stop saying it.
This is why he's gonna be. That's a fucking shitty idea, Tony. I think I'm gonna kill this whole company.
No, this is awesome. This is great.
I'm standing here.
Yeah, don't question my heart. Don't question my heart, and don't question the fire that burns.
What I'll remember the most from this ECW intro is the one very distinct shot of Ezekiel Jackson doing an orgasm face. He's going, That's the only shot of the ECW intro I remember.
Dude, by the way, Saliva. This was Saliva. Isn't that crazy?
This song is not Saliva.
Dude, it says featuring Saliva and Brent Smith of Shinedown.
What?
I'm just telling you what I heard. Jim Johnston, of course, is credited because he always takes the credit in the spotlight from everybody.
Goat. He's the GOAT.
No, I guess it says Saliva
here.
and Brent Smith of Shinedown.
Wow.
Maybe Saliva, because you know the background. You know, like if you listen to the song, it sounds like a Saliva song, kind of. Now that I hear it.
Okay, Tony. So here we go. The original. There's fucking 4 versions of this song. So Don't Question My Heart by Jim Johnston featuring Kyle Morrison was the first version of the song. And then they went into the version with Saliva and Brent Smith of Shinedown.
Saliva and Shinedown collab for ECW. What the fuck are they cooking over here? This brand could have gone forever.
Nah, this shit sucks.
Dude, you know what? We talk about original ECW, though. I will say, watching this intro, the Don't Question My Heart one, I kind of like the New Breed versus the originals feud kind of idea. Not that it was
a good idea in theory, but what a horrible execution.
I love the idea of, like, you were talking about, like, woo Zack Ryder beating up Sandman or whatever you said.
Well, that's inspired booking. That's a whole different.
But I think
Matt Striker in goddamn pinstripe underwear is fucking fighting Balls Mahoney. Fucking made me want to fucking end my life, Tony. So I don't know how much I enjoyed it.
Ever fucking Matt Striker get on this podcast ever?
Sorry, I apologize.
Balls Mahoney might be the worst.
Pinstripe underwear is.
Dude, that might be the guy you talked about earlier in the Q&A. Who do we hate the most?
Bad Matt Striker.
Just all over. Bad commentary, bad wrestling, bad gimmicks.
A lot of pyro here. Rest in peace, ECW sign. And on commentary, we have Byron Saxton and Josh Matthews, a legendary team.
Ooh, it doesn't get any better than that, I tell you what.
No fucking way,
dude,
yeah.
I said it before, but ECW HD is still cursed to me. When I saw that at the intro and it said ECW
With the
HD.
logo?
Yeah, it says ECW and then like HD underneath it. I'm like, this is fucked up, bro. This
is a weird time.
This is not ECW. HD ECW is just fucked up. But
at the time, see, and as a fucking, ECW loyalist that I was, Philadelphia boy, when it got to the Superstar Initiative stuff, I was like, okay, you know what? I actually kind of like this show. Because I was, at the time, also watching FCW. So I was just like, watching FCW on TV.
Sure, yeah.
So I thought that was cool, and that's kind of what NXT ended up fucking becoming, just a televised developmental.
Yeah,
but that's kind of where they were going. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, and then that shit sucks.
Yeah,
when he lost.
when they were doing when they were doing the smaller arenas and the ECW, like as a brand, like it was all right.
That wasn't bad.
They were rocking with something. They had an identity at least, but this was, I don't know.
Listen, anyone knows the whereabouts of DJ Gabriel? Let me know. He used to do all of fucking Claudio's moves.
What? You're not talking about Justin Gabriel, are you?
No, DJ Gabriel. He was a fucking dancer guy, and he had Alicia Fox with him, and he would do the pop-up uppercut, and he would do the giant swing.
But continuing on here with this final ECW, Josh Matthews, Byron Saxton, they're talking about NXT and this new evolution of professional wrestling coming out.
Yeah, even on commentary, they say, everyone's talking about next week, the premiere of NXT. Wow. And tonight, we meet the cast of NXT, and that is the crux of this episode. Nothing fucking matters on this show but learning who is on NXT next week. But opening our show here, we have a WWE Unified Tag Team Championship match. The current Unified Tag Team Champions are The Big Show and The Miz. And this has to be one of the most insane mashup songs of all fucking time.
Jericho already happened, right? It was already
Jericho happened, correct. So this is after that.
So they thought we could come up with the Awesome Show or the Show Miz. They don't have a name yet. They didn't have a name yet, though. So they
right, but I think it ended up being Show Miz, right?
It was Show Miz, but they just formed a
yeah.
So they had Jericho and they had the Jericho theme, and then they had let's do the Show Miz theme and explain this. So let's know.
All right, so here is how you hear the Big Show and Miz's theme song. This is what you hear. awesome. Big Show. I came to play.
Dude,
that's
the
Big
whole
song.
Big Show.
Big. Why does it say like that? Does it say like that in the real song? Big Show. What the fuck?
And then like it'll play like, is it the Miz's theme? I don't even remember.
Yeah,
and then it just says like random quotes from Big Show's song
Big
in the middle of it.
What the fuck is going on here?
Show.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Get ready for trouble. Some Big Show. The fuck is going on here?
This sucks so bad.
It's unfucking believable. I had to stop watching because I was fucking laughing so hard. Because in my head, like I remember that being like a mashup that like my buddy Blake made just to like as a joke.
Big Show.
Big. But like this is a real fucking mashup that they used. Big Show. I was like, what the fuck? For all the shit that I give the Miz, by the way, I did think he looked cool with the double belts in the U.S. title.
Did look pretty good. Yeah, Big Show looked cool. Double belts also pretty sweet.
Big Show kind of looked like a smacked ass, but I'll give it to him.
Big Show's cool. He's always cool. And then, you know what? They got to bring these dudes back because remember, the ECW brand stays true to what it was because Big Show was a former champion and the Miz.
You do love that fucking run.
The Miz with the hat and the bird taunt and the shit.
Bird taunt,
did it all.
Sure.
That's ECW through and through.
So 8 days ago, Tony, on Raw, Miz and Big Show won the tag titles from DX. Sean's like distraught here, which I'm assuming this is the lead up to Shawn Taker. I don't remember what Mania that is. Is that this one?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like he does a match, right? It's not the first match, is it? Is it the match?
It's when he tries to, isn't this the one where he tries to win the Rumble and then like he does the hands? Does that make sense? This is how I describe that.
Hands. Yeah.
And then he super kicks the ref. I think that's this one.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And then, I think that's Taker Shawn, and then I think he's gone, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So Shawn's distraught. He's thinking about Taker. Shawn tags in when Triple H is a House of Fire on Raw. Miz rolls up Shawn and gets the win, and they win the tag titles there.
Wow, what a crazy happenstance! And now they're coming to be tag champions here on ECW to relive the glory of ECW because we love ECW here.
Now, Tony, if you put a litany of large guns to my head and said I had to fucking tell you who this tag team was that was coming out to face Big Show and Miz, you would have put an unbelievable amount of holes into my head. I could have never fucking guessed this.
The only team like I could have thought would have been like the Dude Buster, right? I don't even know any other teams.
I would have and legit, I was thinking it was going to be Carlito and Primo. I don't know why. That's who I fucking thought. That's the team that I expected.
I have no idea.
The tag team representing ECW here to get a shot at the Unified Tag Team Championship is Goldust and Yoshitatsu in an ECW shirt.
What?
Dude, this is fucking insane. And even on commentary, Byron Saxon's like, oh, I'm fucking surprised at the great chemistry between Goldust and Yoshi because Yoshi doesn't speak English. So what the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, they speak the international language of wrestling.
Of course, brother.
Of course, yes.
And Yoshi and Goldust in this match are doing some combo moves here. They do a thing where I think Goldust catapults Miz into like a forearm from Yoshitatsu. Then Yoshitatsu does a running flipping senton.
Yeah, good moves.
And then Yoshi drops down and Miz runs into a big ass of Goldust in the air.
Love the big ass move.
Which was tremendous.
One of my favorite
as well.
Goldust moves, the big ass.
Commentary very confusing here for me, Tony. Josh Matthews calls Yoshitatsu the cardiac kid.
Yeah.
The fuck does that mean?
Because he puts you in a cardiac arrest.
That's fucking... Is that right?
No,
is that what he did?
Making shit up. I don't fucking know.
Why didn't they do that to the Sandman? Yoshitatsu puts him in a cardiac arrest.
I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. He's just saying shit. They're just talking about, like, the whole commentary is just like, oh, look how good they're together. Oh, they're like strange friends, but they work out.
Bedfellows, yeah.
Strange
Dude,
bedfellows, but it
this
works.
match went less than 10, by the way. It did not feel like it.
Yeah, it was a very, very long match, it felt like.
Yoshi tries to fight back on the Miz, eventually hits him with what Josh Matthews calls a roaring elbow, which is not true. That is just Joey Styles misinterpreting Masato Tanaka.
Dude, that was definitely a roaring elbow. I wrote that down.
Rolling goddamn elbow, Tony. And then Goldust tags in, which Josh Matthews then goes on to call Goldust the following two things: the Maverick and the Nonconformist.
Nonconformist I get, but the Maverick?
Logan Paul the Maverick.
What the hell?
Goldust the Maverick? Okay, the fuck? They're just like legit just saying stuff. I don't know if they were trying to like come up with stuff and hopefully something sticks so one of these guys doesn't get fired. So like they're just the Cardiac Kid. Oh yeah, he's coming to SmackDown.
It's because like Byron Saxton and Josh Matthews don't really have like a personality, you know, like whatever. They're trying to figure it out still, I think, right?
They were fucking shitty.
Yeah, they're trying to get it. So they're like, all right, well, you know, like Jim Ross says is, oh, Stone Cold. So they got to get their own little, oh, it's a Maverick.
The Cardiac Kid. Holy shit, it's the non-conformist Goldust.
Who is that? Is that Bobby Lashley? Oh, no.
Eventually, Big Show goozles Joshi by his throat and flips him backwards over the top rope, then walks along the apron where Goldust is doing 10 punches in the corner to Miz. The ref is distracted because Yoshitatsu went to the floor. So Big Show walks over and punches Goldust in the balls.
Yeah.
And then the Miz hits the skull-crushing finale on Goldust to get the win and retain unified tag team titles.
Still unified champions, and yeah, no.
Did you like Show Miz?
It was all right. I don't know. There's a lot of the Miz stuff that kind of runs together for me.
To this day. Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't bad. It just was a team. It was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. As they're up the ramp, Big Show, who is, of course, the big heel here, he looks out of the crowd and goes, "Mwah! Look, we can't be stopped."
Dude, I wrote that down too. He goes, like
he's a big evil Big Show.
Dude, it was straight out of the water boy.
Dude, yeah, they said, like, be the fucking most bad guy you could be.